Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my home. My name is Becky, and I am so excited that you're here today. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to have just a little antique store haul for you and a little tiny decorate with me segment. Last Saturday was a stormy, gloomy day in my area, and the weather was just a little too bad to go too far out. So what we did, David and myself and my daughter Lily, we went to a couple very local antique stores in our area, and when I say local, I mean within 5 minutes. So we went to 2 different antique stores, and I found a couple of goodies. I also want to show you the shelf that I have purchased for Lily. It will be going to her home next weekend, but for now it's mine. For now it's in my home, so I want to show you what it looks like, and I've even put stuff on it. I've been kind of like pretend decorating it because I love it so much. It's going to be really hard to get rid of, so I'm going to share that with you. Before I show you the clips from the antique store, let me just tell you a little bit about myself because I do have a lot of new subscribers. I am a empty nester, my husband and I, and we like to go antiquing. Now, our idea of antiquing is not actual antiques, it's more mid-century items. So a lot of what the clips that I show you, a lot of what I'm going to show you are not antiques. They're not true antiques. They're things that catch my eye and things that I love and just appeal to me. So I hope you enjoy that. If you do, make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel because we are growing so fast around here and I'm loving every minute of it. But for now, let me show you the clip of our little shopping trip last Saturday. I love this daisy picture, but I did not love the price. Had to leave that behind, but that would have made a nice addition to my collection. And you know me, I'm always going to find the owl in the place. I'm not sure why I was so attracted to this, but I guess maybe the price was pretty good, but there was something about that I like. And these plates are the same exact plates that Summer bought for me the other day, and I gave to Lily. These were what were left over at the thrift store, and somebody bought them and marked them pretty high and put them in their antique booth. And I love these little salt and pepper shakers, and the price was pretty good on them. I had to get on the floor to look at this dish. It was under this table. So pretty, so my style. I just loved it. And the price was really good. It was like less than $9 for it. This was really hard for me to leave behind. With the discount in the booth, both dishes would have been around $30, but it was still way more than what I was wanting to pay. But I love them so much. And then I'm always going to be attracted to the amber glass. I always want to check that out. I have more amber glass than I can ever need right now, so I haven't bought a new piece in a long time, but if I see it at a good price, I'll probably pick it up. But these were all marked kind of on the high side, but I still like to look at them. And I love this dish. I don't know, just so pretty, so 70s. I was so drawn to this dish here. I guess it's a vase, I'm not sure, but that color combination was just everything. It would not match anything in my house, but it was so pretty. Just drew me right in. And again, I don't know what it was about this piece. It was glass. It seemed to be hand painted. It was $127. It was a biscuit jar. And I thought you guys might enjoy all the little puppies. There were puppies on the top shelf and there were kittens on the second shelf. So I added these in for all of my animal lovers. They were all so cute. I did not add this part into the haul, but I actually did purchase this little girl. She was just too cute not to, and she will fit perfectly on my vintage tree this Christmas. And she was only $8.50, so I could not leave her behind. And those dishes were marked entirely too high, which I guess they weren't marked too awful high if you consider the fact that there was a whole set. I think there was like 8 of each, so maybe not too bad, but more than I wanted to pay on this day for sure. And I love that little kitschy girl with the big eyes. And of course, I wanted to check out all the amber glass that was on this shelf as well. I tell you that these little metal owls have been on this shelf for years, I'm not kidding. And it is because they are marked too high. I look at them every time I go into the store, and I refuse to pay that price for a set of salt and pepper shakers. And they may be worth every penny, but I'm not paying that. And the color combination on this shelf was just too much. I had to take a picture of it. Everything was so aesthetically beautiful. And another little owl. I have to show you all the owls in the whole entire store, of course. Now, this was a bucket of single salt and pepper shakers, and I actually did purchase that owl, and I forgot to show it to you. It was only $1.50. I just stuck it on my little owl shelf in my craft room, and I had the best time going through this box of paper doll clothes. I had to show you every single piece of clothes that she had, so this part is going to take a little bit of time, but look at all those cute little outfits. Don't you just wish that you could dress like that? I just loved every single piece of it. And finally at checkout, yes, they're selling pure North Carolina possum in a can for $5 each. Okay, this is a different antique store now. So I'm showing you this pretty piece of crewel, actually two pieces here. This is the mid-century booth that Lily and I found her chair in last time. So we always go to this booth first. And we just spend the most time in this booth, and we actually talked to the vendor while we were there and told her how much we loved her booth and appreciated her style and all the cool things she's brought in. And she really doesn't mark things too high there, so we had a good time here. David wanted you guys to see that long nightgown over there. He's pointing at it. He just thought that was the neatest thing. And then I'm going to pan over. You're going to see this bed. It is so pretty. It was sold, but I think if it had not been sold, David may have bought it because he really liked that bed. And oh, there's all the negligees and nighties. Cover your eyes. This is one of my favorite antique stores in the world. And then this vintage Pendleton shirt. Lily really enjoyed that. She saw it there the last time we went and didn't get it, and she decided to get it on this trip. And this is one of my favorite vendors as well. Just picking out all the cute vintage kitschy things, mid-century things in the store. I love that Blinko. I guess it's like a juice jar. I'm not sure. I read somewhere that they made it that shape so it would fit inside the door of your refrigerator. So I thought that was interesting. And then that's just a little plant holder that I saw in my mid-century booth. And then this dress over in the corner, that little wedding dress, I'll tell you about it later in more detail, but remember that dress. And I think we're going to be finishing up here shortly. This vendor is so inexpensive on her things. I always find a little something from her. because she is so inexpensive on her items, every time you come, she's got something new to look at. And today she had a collection of vintage hats, and they came with the box and everything. Lily said that one looked like a tarantula. But she only had like $15 and $20 on these hats, so that was my favorite one there. I told Lily that would be pretty with that white dress that we were just looking at. And of course, I'm always drawn to the sunflowers. Now, if you've been on my channel for any given amount of time, you probably know what I bought while I was there, because they were the colors that I fill my whole home with. I love oranges, I love yellows, I love browns. Those are the colors that I just, as you can tell from behind me, that just make my soul so happy. So I do try to surround myself with the colors that make me smile. So this is what I bought while I was there. I got this bowl here, and it is made by Royal China Jeanette. I believe it's stoneware, but this is the same maker that makes those pie plates that have like apple pie, pumpkin pie, you know, whatever. It's the same maker. It's really heavy, but not too heavy, but it's a good sturdy little piece here. But I love this bowl. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the shelf today, just so you'll get an idea. But the shelf is leaving, sadly, so it's not going to remain there. So I've got to find a prominent place for this in my home. But this is just all me. This is what I love and what I'm drawn to. The other thing, let me sit this down safely. The other thing that I got while I was there, I do collect vintage salt and pepper shakers. So I did get the little salt and pepper shakers. They were only $9. And that's about how much I put into my salt and pepper shakers. It's around $10. But they're little kittens sitting on boots. And I have a little shelf over here. I'll show you in a second where these go. Now, that is all that I bought at the antique store. Lily bought the Pendleton shirt because for whatever reason, it spoke to her and she loved it. So she did get that, and she will more than likely wear that. The other thing is, if you notice the little mannequins in the corner, there was this beautiful white, I guess it was a wedding dress, a short wedding dress. And Lily did try that on. She's not engaged, so no, no wedding just yet. But she did try that on because that dress was only $20, and it was so beautiful, and she just fell in love with it. It was probably one size too small for her, but it was so pretty. I wish it had a fit her so we could put it up one day for her, like maybe bridal shower or something. But unfortunately, I don't see her ever being small enough to fit into that dress. And please don't take this the wrong way. My child is already skinny enough. She doesn't need to be any skinnier. And that dress was probably like a 00 or a 0. So she doesn't need to be a 0. She's perfect the way she is. And it was probably like 1 or 2 sizes too small. It fit her, but it just wouldn't zip up. So she did try that dress on, and I really wish that I had taken a clip of her wearing it, but we were in the back, so we were kind of like rushing in the bathroom, so it wasn't a very appropriate place to video that. So anyway, the other thing that I want to share with you, I found myself on eBay again, and I found a couple plates. Yes, I have bought more dishes, and I am not ashamed to tell you that I bought more dishes. This first dish that I got was on eBay, and I don't know why. It was like $4 and something plus some change. So I just thought it was so pretty, and I ordered this. It was, I think, maybe $5 or $6 shipping as well. So it wasn't terrible, but that's about the price that you're going to pay in the store, in the antique store, not in the thrift store, of course. But these plates are becoming few and far between. People have found out that they're collectible. They're picking them up. I haven't been able to find them as easily as I used to, so I've been kind of ransacking on eBay and Etsy. So I do love this plate. It is Makeover, which is not surprising because they have some of the most beautiful plates. So I have a special place for that, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Let me sit this down safely. And then this piece here, you guys, I I think I paid like $17 with shipping for this. I couldn't believe that it was as inexpensive as it was. And it is by Makeover as well, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It is a chop plate, so it's a lot larger than a dinner size. It's bigger. So I have to put this, this won't fit on my hutch or anything because it's a little too tall. So I have to put this in a different place, and I have a place for it. And I'm going to show you, we're going to do some changing around in the kitchen a little bit. But isn't this absolutely gorgeous? If you're interested in this pattern, it says Provincial, pronounce that right? Provincial Salem, and it's made by Makeover. So that's the pattern name on that. And the pattern name on the orange plate, if you're interested, is Go-Go. Go-Go. Makeover Light and Lively Go-Go. So if you're interested in that, there you go. The first thing I want to do before we start decorating our shelf is I want to put my little salt and pepper shakers up. So we're going to hop down off the tripod real quick. We're going to put those up, and then we're going to come over to the shelf. I'm going to show you that. So we're in my guest room, and this is where I keep my salt and pepper collection, salt and pepper shaker collection. It has grown quite nicely over the last year. I started out with just a few, but there's the spot that our little kittens are going in. So we're going to put one here. And these are, let me show you the bottom of the boot. Lego Japan, in case you were wondering, because I'm pretty sure I forgot to tell you. So that's going to be their new home, is right there. And then we're going to scoot over here, and I'm going to show you the shelf. Now, I know that the light is coming in. I did try to close the curtains so that you can see a little better. But you can also see that I have started trying to decorate this shelf. And I'm not going to do the bottom shelf because, I mean, there's no sense. It's going to be leaving next week. But I am going to decorate this shelf. And look at my art glass up here. Isn't it so pretty? Now, I know I've got the curtains closed, but if you open that up and the light comes through, oh goodness, how beautiful is that? Just so pretty. I just love the amber glass. And when the light hits it, it just gives it a whole new beauty. Okay, so that's what we have. I'm going to close these curtains back to give us a little bit of better view anyway. But if you ever run across a shelf like this, I mean, you've got to decorate it mid-century, right? So what do you do if you don't have a lot of mid-century items, but you want to decorate it? So of course we have our little record player, and it is modern, but I have my vintage records. So I'm going to decorate this shelf here. I'm going to put the camera back up on the tripod for a second. So, like I said, we're only going to do this one shelf just because this is just for fun. It's coming down next week when Lily, when we go to see Lily for Mother's Day. But I couldn't help myself. But I have this little plate stand that Cindy sent me. She sent me another goodie box. And I've got a couple things here that she actually sent me in that box that I'm going to use today. And here's that gorgeous bowl that we got from the antique store. And we're going to sit, it is perfect for this dish. So we're going to sit that there, and that's going to be our first piece. And then I have some books, so we can always use books. I'm going to sit those there. And then she sent me, also Cindy did, in her little goodie box, this beautiful orange tin. And I thought, you know what, I have another tin in my collection that I'm not currently using. So I stuck the one tin here. And this is the one that I already had. And I got it from a thrift store. And I'm going to put it right here. But you know what? I think it needs some greenery. So I'm going to go steal a little greenery bush from somewhere around the house. I'll be right back. I'm going to add some greenery to the back here. But I'm going to first put a little bit of a riser behind it. I'm just going to use some extra plates that I have. And then I'm going to set the greenery right there. And that's my little shelf. I mean, it doesn't have to be too crazy. I also wanted to show you what that other plate looked like if I were to use that. I'm going to sit that there for a second. And that's so pretty too. But I think that bowl is the one that I like the best. But yeah, you can. I found like 5 or 6 places in the house to use this plate, and I had a really hard time trying to decide which one that I wanted to use. But yeah, isn't that cute? So let me back up a little bit and I'll show you the whole shelf. So just pretend the light is not shining in from behind and messing up everything. But I wanted you to see I could have filmed this tonight when the light wasn't shining through, but I wanted you to see the light hit that amber glass because it's just magical. And then here's our second shelf. And I stuck a little glass dish there. So if I were to keep this, gosh, it's so dark, hold on. If I were to keep this, I would certainly find something awesome to go on that bottom shelf as well. But for now, I think this is so pretty. And it was fun to decorate. Something different to look at. And another place to put my dishes. So that's always a plus. Okay, let's go someplace else. Before we move into the kitchen, I'm going to show you where we're going to place this beautiful orange dish that I just shared with you. This is my Amazon shelf. I've shown you this shelf a bunch of times. I do like to keep all of my some of my amber glass on this shelf, but just amber glass piled up on top of each other can get kind of boring. So I do like to mix some of my decorative plates. I like to mix some wooden pieces, some wicker pieces, all different types of textures. And in my opinion, it just makes it more interesting to look at. I like to put them on risers, different heights, and stagger things and just make it just a fun little vignette to enjoy. So I'm going to put this plate on this shelf. But if you'll remember, I did have a dish here earlier. It was a sunflower dish, and I do love that dish, and I had not gotten rid of it. I just moved it to a different place in my home. I've had it there for a long, long time. This is new to me. I want to be able to enjoy it because it's something new for my eyes to see. So I'm going to enjoy something different on this shelf. I will never not have this up because that's my favorite one. But I don't necessarily want 2 dishes in the same spot on 2 shelves so close together. So I'm going to change things up a little bit. I've got this little picture here of the girls, and we're going to move it over and put it in this little plate stand. I've already got it sitting here waiting on it. So that's going to go there. And then we're going to put the dish over here, and it'll just kind of stagger things up a little bit. Now, I am enjoying these little plate stands that Cindy sent me because they have sure come in handy. So I'm going to put one of those there, and then I'm going to put this beautiful new dish over here in this spot. And it seems to be good and sturdy. So there's going to be its new home. I'll show you a close-up. We're going in close, so you're probably going to see dust. Just look the other way. Pretend you don't see it. And there's our new dish in its new home, and it is so pretty. I love those colors. All right, that's the whole shelf. That's where I put the other dish, just in case you're wondering. It's right there, and it's just as beautiful there as it was up here. Just something different for me to look at. So now we're in the kitchen, and if you have, again, been here any length of time, you have seen this little vignette. I think it's time for a change. Everything here is new. Other than probably this little wicker basket, everything here is new. I need some vintage in this corner. So I'm going to take this whole thing down, and we're going to use, I've got a few things sitting over here. We're going to use our new old dish, our vintage old dish. I guess it's vintage. I don't know how old this is. To be honest with you, it may not even be vintage. I didn't even check on that. I just fell in love with the pattern. And then we've got some fun things here that we're going to use, and we're just going to change things out for something different to look at. In the past, when I filmed in my kitchen, I tend to cut things off, and you can't see what I'm doing. My body gets in the way. We're going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to keep moving back so you can see everything that we're doing, okay? So when I say these things are new, they're just modern. That's what I mean. Because I've had these things for years and years. I think these are probably like 15 years old. So they're not new, they're just modern. So we're going to move everything out of the way, except we're going to use this. This is another one of those plate stands that Cindy sent me. And I'm going to keep this little wicker basket as well. We're going to keep that in the set up. I'm going to change out my dish towel, even though I do love this dish towel. It's one of my favorite things. And I think I'm going to take my little owl down and move him. He's been up there for a long time, and he does make me happy, but it's time for a little change. No harm in changing things. He'll probably be back before you even know it. So I'm going to move these things out of the way. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to put back is this little wicker basket. Now you can see, I did wash this off earlier, so it's clean. I cleaned it off when I was practicing. So I'm going to put this little wicker basket on a plate stand, and we're going to give it a little bit more height. So before we were sitting things on top of it, now we're going to use it as a background, right? I have a short plate stand that we're going to put this beauty in, and we're going to sit it right in front of that wicker basket. Okay, and then I have to go behind you to get all my stuff. That's where I've got everything sitting. So we've got this little lamp. This is new. It came from Hobby Lobby. It's modern. I mean, it came from Hobby Lobby. We're going to put some light under here. So I'm just going to tuck this cord behind the plates so you won't see it. And then this came from Hobby Lobby as well. It's, you put your candle on it, but I'm just going to use it as a riser. I just want that lamp to be a little taller than it naturally is. Hold on, I got to tuck some things back. There we go. Okay, so we got that. And you know what? I think we need some greenery. I forgot to pull that out. Let me go grab my greenery. This is the same greenery that I had in the guest room earlier. So I just went and grabbed it. I'm just gonna put that right there. And then I've got these beautiful salt and pepper shakers. I have had these for so many years. They're also made by Lego Japan. And I love these. I keep these on my little owl shelf in my craft room, but I think they need to be displayed. They're just absolutely magnificent. And how can you not, right? So we're gonna put those there. And then I keep this little dish towel holder here all the time because I love, what do you call them? I love decorative dish towels. I like to change them out for the seasons. I feel like they bring something to my kitchen, but I don't have, this is not a dish towel. This is a piece of fabric that was left over when I made the pillows on my bed. I have a piece that I use for a dish towel, and I have a piece that I use for a table runner. That was all I had. I used every square inch that I bought. So that's what I'm gonna use as a makeshift dish towel. I'm just gonna hang it right there. And even though there's a seam in the middle of it, you still get the point. So that's something different to look at. I think it's so vintage, and the colors are just so beautiful. And I like the green from the plate to the owls. And even if I didn't have this here, it's still pretty. I wouldn't even necessarily need the greenery, but you know, I could put that back on the shelf if I wanted to. But for now, there it is. All right, let me show you a close-up. Okay, here's the close-up of everything. I put that little doily there. That's one of the doilies that Cindy sent me, but I think it might be too much. I'm just gonna leave them on the bare table there. But there's the close-up of everything. My little corner here. And this is without the greenery. Equally as beautiful. Gosh, I love that plate. That plate is just so pretty. Worth every penny, in my opinion. So that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me for a little while. We didn't have a really long video, but it was still fun. We got to do some shopping and some decorating, and who doesn't love that? So if you're interested in this wall behind me, I do have a video where we put this all together. So just looking at this background makes my heart smile. So if you're interested, I do have a video where I showed you where all of these pieces came from. But for now, that's what I have for you. Until next time, I do love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.